Hello, this is Dennis from PlanetMosh and Steve talking to Lips from Anvil.
Hello.
Another stupidly long European tour.
Yeah.
I see you're doing over 50 dates, and a third of them are UK ones.
Yep.
So the UK are a very lucky country to have a third of the dates.
No, we're a really lucky band to be able to do that.
Oh,
That's how I look at it.
Right. Yeah.
It's a really big deal to us.
Yeah.
And when we started out to look for the shows, we said, load up as much as you can in the UK.
Yeah,
and they did, to the point where we didn't get any days off.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that, like you get 17 or 18 UK dates, only one day off.
Yeah.
And that's to get to Belfast.
Yeah, right.
So just going across the water, so I suppose you get bored on a day off, do you, rather than not.
Well, maybe it will give me a chance to recuperate.
Yeah. So
because I got a cold, probably on the plane coming to Europe, right?
Yeah.
Which isn't unusual.
So
and then you don't get a day off, so you don't really recuperate the same way.
So when you're playing every day, so you have no time to do any sightseeing, or you?
No, I haven't. No.
No.
Never do.
No. Right. Yeah. So like you say, we love the UK. So we sort of embraced Anvil, Daunton '82, and the Motorhead tour in '83, and it's and the ball sort of rolled from there, really.
I love it.
Yeah.
I really do, man. Actually, Rob and I were talking about it today. If there was some place to move other than Canada, it would be Britain.
I wasn't sure with this government, but I'm not going to bring politics into
I know.
Yeah. It's we've got a very strange system going on, and a lot of cogs turning that's not in our favour.
You think you do? You live in Canada for a while.
Yeah.
We got the boy king.
Yeah.
That's what I call him.
Yeah.
He's like, he had to grow a beard because he looks too young.
Yeah. Same sort of thing. Was it the boxing? Was it Don King? No, what was his name?
Trudeau.
Yeah. I can't remember him anyway.
Trudeau.
That's right. Yeah. Talking politics, you're not.
He brought in marijuana, so we called him Trudeau.
Did you sort of vote for Donald Trump? Boris Johnson? No, that's right. You can stay where you are then. Right, where are we then? Legal at Last tour. Yeah. After the album of the same name.
That's right.
Personally,
that's usually the way it works, isn't it?
And it's three words again.
Yeah. Always.
Tradition. Yeah.
Tradition.
Yeah. Is that like sort of conscious from day one, or just something?
Well, it started with Hard and Heavy, right?
Yeah.
Originally, of course, being called Lips.
Yeah.
We called the album Hard and Heavy, and the label went, no, forget about the Lips part.
Right. Yeah.
You better get yourself a new name.
A bit too glam.
Yeah, too glam, and you can't tell whether it's a disco band or not.
Yeah, Lips Incorporated, wasn't it?
Yeah, right.
You could do Funky Town.
Lip Sync.
Yeah, you could do Funky Town as the encore later on.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So he said we don't want any misconceptions, or he says just find us a better name.
Right, yeah.
Rob came up with Anvil, and of course immediately went, well, it definitely works with the title Hard and Heavy a lot better, doesn't it? Legal at last. Legal at last. Now you take your medicine, all a big financial win. Government is in delight. Find a cure for cancer, we're looking for the answer. Let's hope we've done it right. Done it right.
Right. Legal at Last tour, as I said, I think it's one of your heaviest albums musically, and also with the lyrics as well. it's like sort of political and environmental songs. If I throw you a couple of titles, could you give me like a bit more insight to
Okay,
what they
sure.
are?
What are you?
Right, obviously the Legal at Last.
You know, it's interesting because a lot of people figure, oh, it's just all about smoking dope. Legal at Last is really a celebration of one of the first countries to step forward and change the laws.
Yeah.
The laws against marijuana had nothing to do with getting stoned. When they made the laws against marijuana, they didn't even know it got you stoned. It was all about economy.
Right.
The economy and the business in industry. If marijuana had been made legal, it would have killed the cotton industry. Without the cotton industry, everybody would be wearing green jeans,
right,
not blue jeans,
yeah,
right? That's a huge industry.
Yeah.
Originally, all the tall ships that the Spanish Armada, no matter what the British Navy and in the 1200s, all the sails were made out of hemp, right? And all the rope that they used was made out of hemp. So it was actually a very, very wide range of uses for it even back then. But of course, cotton industry is a main industry in America. So is the pulp and paper industry. Those are huge, massive industries. They didn't want to threaten them, so they made hemp illegal.
Right.
And that's why marijuana became illegal, not because of its medicinal or other aspects. Now that ties in with a lot of the subject matter, not because I meant it to, more as it just the way that things fell into position.
Right.
I wrote a song about chemtrails. Well, as I found out after I wrote the songs, chemtrails is somewhat of a conspiracy theory because there is no real solid proof or anything about it. But what I did find out about chemtrails is that it's a chemical called alumina, which is like a liquid, gaseous substance that they put into the atmosphere to deflect sunlight, to slow down the process for global warming. That's the whole purpose of it. Okay? We wouldn't have global warming if we didn't use all of our trees for pulp and paper and for furniture and for building. Had they been using hemp all along, we wouldn't have had chopped down all the trees, and then thus we wouldn't have a depletion of oxygen in our atmosphere and a high percentage of carbon dioxide. The trees breathe carbon dioxide, but if they got no trees, it stays in the atmosphere.
Yeah, catch-22.
So all these things are tied in together, and when I say legal at last, it's the first step in fixing these fucking environmental problems.
Right.
Not even to mention the medical aspect. From making marijuana illegal, it depleted our complete ecosystem of CBD oils and the chemicals and those kind of chemicals, which are a natural antitoxin for cancer. And that's why when you take CBD oils, it cures cancer.
Yeah, it's been proven, isn't it?
So who would have ever thought marijuana, of all things, can cure cancer?
And for the menopause as well,
but,
apparently.
And not to mention if people were taking the CBD oils, it's a natural painkiller. So we'd have a lot less people taking fentanyl
Yep.
and dying from fentanyl. So I mean, there's just so much that's pertaining to what the idea of legal at last was trying to say.
You mentioned fentanyl, isn't that what was given to Prince?
Pardon me?
Wasn't that the drug that was given to Prince?
Yeah.
Fentanyl, and also...
Yeah, which is a painkiller.
Yeah, and I think Tom Petty as well, that might be wrong. No, I'm pretty sure Prince
Yeah, I mean, my
described it.
unfortunately, my nephew, he had a lot of pain issues from, he'd fallen from doing rock climbing.
Right.
And the doctor prescribed him, those kind of pills.
Right.
And then, of course, when they ran out, he went and got street stuff.
Yeah.
And pretty
It's a
much
great shame, yeah.
It has a horrible consequence.
Right. I was going to ask about chemtrails, but you beat me to it. So I'll ask about Napton, Nebraska, which is a bit more...
Okay, well, that's
okay, yeah.
kind of comical.
Yeah.
We were playing in Oregon and in Colorado, which is two states in the United States that has legalized marijuana, completely legal. You can buy it at the store, smoke it in the street, whatever. It's completely legal. Well, I got a friend, Bill, that lives in Oregon, and he gave me a little plastic pouch, with some marijuana, which I wasn't really interested to smoke because I quit. 2 years ago, I quit.
I remember you saying last time, yeah.
Yeah. And, but he's going, well, maybe you'll have a day off. Maybe one of the other guys will need it. Here, just take it. Fuck, okay.
Yeah.
So I put it in my pouch, like right in here, right? I kind of forgot about it. We're driving along the highway, and all of a sudden I see, welcome to Nebraska.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I see, drug dogs on duty. Roadside stops ahead. And I'm going, oh no, right? So, Rob sees the signs. He says, okay, we'll get off the highway and we'll hide all the stuff or we'll get rid of it. So he goes to get off the highway, and I take the stuff out of my pouch, and it was wrapped in Kleenex. So I put it on the dash because I want to take this off and put it down my pants. So I'm going, oh fuck, and it's beaming hot. I hit the window roll down, and it automatically rolls down.
Yeah.
And the wind catches the Kleenex with the pod in it out the window.
You couldn't make it up.
As we're going up the ramp, and over to the right, there's a police car sitting watching, and he saw the stuff fly out the window. So we're coming up the ramp, and we want to go back around the other way, and just the cop comes out from the parking lot, starts following us, and as we're going to get onto the ramp to go the opposite direction, he pulls us over. And he comes up to my window and he goes, "What'd you just throw out the window?" I go, "I didn't throw anything out the window." He goes, "Yes, you did. I saw it fly out I saw something fly out the window." He says, my colleague is back there looking for what flew out the window. I'm just, and as I'm sitting there, the colleague comes up and goes, "Look what I found," and he's got the weed, right?
You could say it was an act of God, couldn't you, really? Maybe.
So he goes, I'll give you two choices. Either admit the weed is yours, and I'm going to charge you with littering and with possession of weed, or deny you had anything to do with it, and I'm going to charge you with obstruction of justice. I said, okay. It blew out the window. He goes, "You expect me to believe it blew out the window?" And as he said that, a big gust of wind came and blew a whole bunch of stuff off the dashboard, all past the guy.
Right, yeah.
So he goes, "Okay, but all right."
Yeah.
And he accepted what I said, and he charged me a $350 fine with no police record
Right.
Remember you said you lost
because it's
your jacket?
decriminalized.
Yeah.
And that's
100 bucks.
the story of Nabden, Nebraska.
Oh, yeah. So you were wearing an Anvil t-shirt, and he didn't say, "Oh, your lips from Anvil," you know. No.
He didn't care.
Yeah, no. Just wanted the extra stripe.
Yeah, but apparently what I've heard is that they've seen the video on YouTube.
Yeah, that's right.
And
It's quite funny, isn't it?
and they like it.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Right, another one, gasoline. That's a bit more another obvious one.
Well, that again is tied in with the idea of environment and alternative methods. I talk about alternative options. Certainly, battery powered was one of them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, petrol is a horrible thing, really. It's given us a lot of problems, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Not to mention wars.
Of course, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's liquid gold.
Yeah. Liquid gold, yeah. Oil first, people last.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Kick their ass, steal their gas.
Yeah, yeah. Right, two more from the album. Plastic in Paradise.
Well, again,
Yeah.
more environmental stuff
Yeah.
that also ties back to the idea of marijuana. Hemp can be used to make plastics. It can be used to make biofuel.
Yeah.
So it could be biodegradable. And we didn't have to be making plastic and wrapping everything in plastic. It could have been other substances that they could have made from hemp.
Yeah.
But we insist on using plastic, and we're up to our eyeballs in it now. And how the fuck are we going to get rid of it?
I think it's
It
too
takes,
late now.
it
Isn't
takes thousands and thousands of years to degrade.
Of course. Yeah.
So it's floating around in the ocean,
Yeah.
and what the fuck are we doing,
Yeah.
man? So,
Yeah. So now we have paper straws and
straws are only just a fucking,
Of course, yeah.
a fucking chip off the iceberg,
yeah, that's
aren't
right.
they? Really?
I think it's too late now anyway. So just
No, it's never too late.
right, yeah.
We should fucking change shit. Stop using plastic. Like, why do we have to make plastic bottles to begin with
Yeah.
for our water?
Yeah.
Why can't we take water from the fucking tap like we did once upon a time?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we can't because we fucking using industry to go into all our fresh water system and fucking poison it all. So we can't drink it out of the tap anymore. So now the only thing safe to drink is stuff that they purify and fucking put in bottles.
Yeah. You have to
But
pay.
it's a fucking delusion, because at the end of the day, the fucking water is melting the plastic
Yeah.
of the bottles into the water.
Well,
So
yeah.
we're drinking fucking petrol.
Yeah. So you have water in your tap, but you're paying money for water in the bottle.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
probably just as bad, if not worse, for you.
That's right. Yeah. Right. One more then. Glass House. That to do with the government spying on.
Yeah, it's not just spying.
We'll have to
It's,
go upstairs to get the food.
there's no privacy left.
Put it
Yeah.
upstairs.
We're losing all our privacies. You can't buy it. You can't go to the store. Eventually, you won't be. Everything will be plastic money, right?
Yeah.
Can't use. There won't be a thing that you can do without Big Brother watching you.
Yeah. Yeah. I read that into the lyrics, but not the actual the money side of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once they start following you around and are able to see what you're buying and how much you're buying and who you're giving your money to, it's going to turn into a different world, man.
All right. Yeah. So as I said, it was quite a heavy album, lyrically, but you got the usual sort of have fun, good time rockers. So I've sort of pointed out, I'm alive and no time.
Right,
Just enjoy yourself while you can. Go to a gig.
that's
You know,
right.
That's right.
Every minute counts, man.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you get older. You start realizing that.
Just a little.
When you're younger, you take a lot for granted. There's lots of tomorrows.
Yeah.
But when you have a lot of friends that have passed away,
Yeah, I know
you start
exactly what you
thinking,
mean.
you
Yeah,
start
I've lost a
thinking,
few good
oh
friends.
shit, man.
Yeah. There's a friend of mine who should have been here tonight. He's just turned 50, and he died a few weeks ago from cancer. And he had his name down to going on the Facebook thing, so he won't be here tonight, unfortunately. So yeah. Right, back to the tour. I talked to Rob online a week or so ago, and he said that you had 4 sold-out shows in France in a row. 4 completely sold-out shows. So,
And pretty much everything that we've done so far has been sold out.
I've seen some of the UK ones are sold out, yeah, but
Yeah, I think so. Well, I'm not. I mean, obviously not here, but I still would anticipate that there'll be a lot of people here. I mean, if the first time we were here, most of the people that came to see us open for Udo were here to watch us.
yeah.
And when Udo came on, they all left. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I must admit, I came to that gig just to
Yeah, I know.
I mean, obviously I'd seen Accept a few times, but the solo stuff didn't sort of do much for me really. And it seemed a very choreographed show as well. There was no spontaneity to it.
No, that's
Yeah,
the way they do stuff.
yeah,
It's not the way I look at it. Every night should have its own personality, just like
of course, yeah,
the place. Every place has a different story, different people, and they customize your show as you go.
yeah. I suppose like some fans may do 2 or 3 shows, through the tour, so I didn't want to see something different. But yeah. So talking of the, how do you choose a set list after all these albums made? Is it 18 albums, 17 albums?
Well, a lot of it stays very staple. Certainly you're going to still do Mothra. Certainly you're still going to do Metal on Metal.
Yeah.
You're still going to do 666. We added Free as the Wind. I don't know if you saw us ever do that.
Yeah, Manchester a few years ago. Obviously, 1983 on the Forged in Fire tour.
Yeah. But as far as the new songs, we're playing Legal at Last, Nabbed in Nebraska, and I'm Alive.
All right. That's a good choice.
I'm Alive.
Yeah,
I'm Alive really works really well. It's rock and roll. You cannot go wrong with that.
Yeah. Very upbeat. Yeah.
And I love that stuff. Always have, and ever since I started adding it back into what we do, made a big difference.
Yeah. Do you ever think you'll do a tour when you play one album and then it's sort of a few songs from Encore, or you're not going to?
What? Do a tour of just one album?
Yeah, Metal on Metal.
No.
Just keep it fresh. Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
No.
I think it's defeating the purpose.
Right.
Why are you zeroing in on one?
Yeah.
It's like zeroing in on one day of your life.
I just thought I'd ask.
I know.
Some bands do it.
I don't comprehend those things. It's like people go, why don't you make a new live album? Well, why should I? You want to hear Anvil live? Punch in Anvil live into YouTube. There's tons of it there. What the fuck do you need to buy an album for?
It's like
people film me every fucking night. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, obviously before YouTube, I was about sort of 13, 14. I'd buy live albums to see what that's like a sort of greatest hits, and it's live as well, so that's what I used to do. Double live Gonzo or On Your Feet or On Your Knees.
Yeah, but that was a different era.
Yeah, that's right. No YouTube then.
There's no YouTube. There wasn't people filming Ted in 1978, 79.
Yeah.
It wasn't until way later.
That's right, yeah.
So, what the hell? Hey, when you talk about Ted Nugent, you talk about some of the best live footage filmed was the midnight special.
Yeah.
When he did the midnight special,
Charlie
AC/DC were on it.
Yeah.
Thin Lizzy were on it.
Yeah.
That was a great midnight special. That particular episode.
There's a full show from a rock palast in Germany.
Yeah, that's also really good. Yeah. fucking hibernation from that.
1 minute,
Let's just talk about hibernation on that fucking
I know,
that rock palace.
Yeah.
Holy fuck,
Yeah.
man.
I've got quite a few bootlegs from that tour, and which are much better than the versions of Double Light Gonzo.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's about it. That's all I wrote down actually. I was going to mention Chris. 5 years in the band. He's doing it right, obviously.
Almost 6 years. Yeah.
6 years now, is it? Yeah, he's not down there now.
That's fucking
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Great, man.
Yeah. I think I've said before, like, you know, he sort of fills in, it's more like played like a rhythm guitar, and it sort of really beefs the sound up. So
Oh yeah, it's really, really good bass player, and
yeah,
even besides that, the singing.
yeah, good.
Singing
backing
is
vocals,
more important than I think it's ever been.
yeah. Right.
Like in a certain sense,
Yeah.
you never get away with. I mean, we weren't doing "Free as the Wind" when we had the original band because it didn't have backup vocals.
Yeah. Yeah. I see. Yeah.
Dave Allison was very limited. He didn't like to think he was, but he was very limited.
Yeah. I think I read somewhere he couldn't keep up to pace with Forging the Fire. He couldn't play fast anymore.
No.
That's right. Yeah. Things happen, don't they? You progress, or you don't. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it wasn't his thing. He didn't like to play fast,
Right.
which is, was kind of defeating. It was the wrong. It turned into the wrong kind of thing for him.
Yeah. Yeah. He wrote some more commercial songs than these.
Yeah, it's not even a question of writing; it's preference.
Yeah. I'll make
I
all
wrote
of it.
"Stop Me," and
Yeah.
he wrote the lyrics for it.
Yeah. Did he write "I'll Make It All Up to You" off Forging the
Well, it's
Fire?
mostly lyrics.
Yeah.
Squirrely was mostly lyrics,
Right.
lyrics and stuff like that. Not as much involved in the music
Right.
part of it.
You and Robbo, obviously, yeah.
All on.
Yeah. As regards when you do studio albums, do you both sort of write together, or you do file transfers, or you write sort of things on the road?
Well, what's actually evolved and what it's become right now is I write all the riffs at home,
Yeah.
and then I come into rehearsal and we arrange it, and then I write the lyrics.
Yeah. Right.
Simple as that.
Yeah. I can remember, like, just back to Ted Nugent with the Intensities album.
Right.
He wrote that on the road in sound checks. Apparently.
Really?
Yeah. It was just done in sound checks, and then he played them every night, and then they just sort of progress each night.
Wow.
A bit like Baptism by Fire, which he never recorded. That was done on the road, like, I think one of his best songs, but he never recorded it.
Wow.
A bit like Yankee. As usual, I've said too much at the window. Pleasure to meet you once again.
Yeah.
By the way, I shouldn't shake your hand with the coronavirus. There's no shaking hands, so
Just watch.
we
them
don't believe
afterwards.
all that bullshit, do we? It's I think it's media hype, and so, to a certain point, there's things going on that we shouldn't be talking about. So
Yeah, well, there's a lot of
You're
bullshit
laughing at-
going on
yeah.
out there. Man.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
A lot of bullshit.
Yeah. But what do we know?
What's the truth? Whatever you want to believe.
We'll never learn the truth. Yeah.
And if you do, you won't believe it.
If we do know the truth, they'd shoot us.